or surgery didn't work or isn't tolerated. Our goals are best results and quality of life. Meet Dr. Lederman to hit the cancer. For a free booklet DVD, call 212 Choices, 212 Choices for a fresh second opinion. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid, accepted. Not only super convenient, super. Broadway and 38th in Manhattan. To hit your cancer, see Dr. Lederman. 212 Choices.
With Dr. Lederman, the best prostate cancer treatment is custom tailored for you. Each man with prostate cancer is unique and seeks the best results based upon PSA, Gleason score, and stage. That's why Dr. Lederman's custom tailored prostate cancer treatment is most logical. Not every man should get the same treatment. Dr. Lederman's custom prostate cancer treatment is all outpatient. Our goals are your best results, avoiding radical surgery, maintaining your sexual and urinary function, and your life. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. Call Dr. Lederman at 212 Choices, 212 Choices for a fresh second opinion and free booklet DVD. Not only super convenient, super in Manhattan, 38th and Broadway. To hit the cancer, call Dr. Lederman, 212 Choices. Cherish your life. Custom prostate cancer treatment with Dr. Lederman, 212 Choices.
Welcome back to the Radiosurgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Lederman at the WOR Studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the Radiosurgery New York Cancer Treatment Center on Broadway and 38th Street. Dr. Lederman, the leading cancer expert, treats prostate cancer non-invasively. He was the first in New York with fractionated brain radiosurgery, and he's the first in America and in the Western Hemisphere with body radiosurgery. You can also call Dr. Lederman at 212 Choices for a free informative booklet and DVD. Hey, Dr. Lederman, we're back.
Hey, we're back. This is Dr. Lederman on WOR. If you have questions, please call us. 1-800-321-0710, 1-800-321-0710. Did I tell you we have a completely new DVD? In fact, we have a double feature DVD just arrived yesterday in our office, and we'll be happy to send it out, or even better yet, you can pick it up. So if you wish the DVD, call us during business hours. It's a completely new DVD. In fact, it features Kristen Marks, who just read the news at the top of the hour. She's in the DVD, and Noah and the WOR studio where the video was filmed, and it's called The Making of This Radio Show, Radiosurgery Show. So again, if you want to have a copy for yourself, please call us at our office during the work week, Monday through Friday. And we also have a copy of our 70 top radio shows, MP3. 70 radio shows, all on one disc, MP3. So if you know how to play an MP3 disc and you want to hear 70 hours of programming with a lot of news, a lot of cancer news and cases, come on in and pick it up. We're at 1384 Broadway. So you're welcome to have what you wish. Just come on in and introduce yourself, and we'll be happy to provide you information to help you and hopefully help educate you and your loved ones. We had a woman, 53-year-old Hispanic, who, interestingly enough, we often find cases where it seems like no one's listening to the patient. We need to listen to the patient, right? That's why I tell, sometimes patients call up and they say, oh, doc, just tell me what you would do. Tell me what you would do. And they tell in 10 seconds what the patient has. What would you do? What would you do? I said, don't cheat yourself. That's how you cheat yourself. It takes time to understand what's going on with the patient. What does the patient have? What are the symptoms? What are the findings? What do the tests show? Have they been accurately read? Do they need other tests? This woman, 53 years old, she has been seen by doctors for 3 years because of pain in the groin and a mass in the groin. She had an angiogram. Didn't show anything. I think they looked even in another part of the body where she didn't have the mass. Then did a CAT scan. Then eventually she had surgery 3 years later. Can you believe it? Found a bad, poorly differentiated cancer with cancer spread in the pelvis. Was seen by doctors who started, actually they wanted to start chemotherapy. She refused to allow them to give chemotherapy. And she came to us for a second opinion. We examined her records, examined her, went over all the details, and found that, well, the chemotherapy that she was planned to have wouldn't have really done the job. She seems to have cancer confined to the pelvis area, which might be successfully treated, even cured. Chemotherapy wouldn't give her that chance for this kind of cancer. So she came for a second opinion. We got cancer markers. We're analyzing her tests, and we hope to be able to offer her a chance for curative, potentially curative therapy. Far different than what she had elsewhere. And that's really the point of a second opinion, to have a fresh idea of looking at your case, to try to have better results with less side effects, with better outcome. That's why we encourage people to come in for a fresh second opinion, whether it's a newly diagnosed case. This woman's case was just diagnosed in the last 3 months, even though she had symptoms for 3 years. Or if you have cancer and the cancer isn't responding to treatment, or if the cancer treatment isn't tolerated, it may be time for a fresh second opinion. Another patient in the good news department, actually great news department. This is when I first saw him in 2003, he was a 56-year-old man, so this is now 11 years later. Back then he had a high-risk prostate cancer, PSA 14, and if you open up our book and you can see the results of treatment options for PSA 14, you can see that with surgery, and that's what treatment they wanted to give him in Italy. Actually, the best results in America for PSA 14, it's on page 6 of our book. If you go to the most famous surgeon in New York, have your prostate totally removed. A lot of people think if you remove the prostate totally, you're home free. Well, listen to this one. If you have a PSA 10 to 20, go to the most famous surgeon in New York, have your prostate removed. What's the chance of being cancer-free 5 years later? 69%. More than 30% of the cancers have recurred within 5 years. So just because you cut out the prostate doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean you're home free. Our results are 25% better. So now we know there's almost 250,000 men with prostate cancer. If all the men came to us rather than went to that surgeon, that means about 60,000 lives saved in America. So huge differences. And we know with surgery, and this is a report from Harvard that asked patients, do you have sexual problems after surgery? 97% had sexual problems after open surgery or robotic. Robotic was no better, even though it's being promoted as being so much better. Urinary problems. 80% of men had urinary problems after surgery, and 86% had urinary problems after robotic surgery, even worse. So, in fact, robotic surgery was less good than open surgery. Both were pretty lousy, and both have much less chances of being cancer-free than us. This man came from Italy, gave us his trust, trusted in us. We treated him 11 years ago. His PSA now is 0.003. He was treated 11 years ago for prostate cancers, in remission, cancer-free after our treatment. He's happy, we're happy, and he's doing great. Now listen to this. 2 years ago, he presented with pancreas cancer, and he decided, after his great success with us 11 years ago for the prostate, to have his pancreas treated by us. Well, he flew in this week just for a checkup. He comes about 4 times a year from Italy just for checkups, spends a day or two, goes home. Cancer-free. He's cancer-free from the pancreas. He's cancer-free from the prostate. His PSA is 0. His markers for pancreas cancer is 0. And his PET scan done this week is negative. So great results for this gentleman. Good news, actually double news department. I think double news means great news, and that's what we love to hear for us, for him, for his family, for his loved ones. Another patient, this patient we treated even earlier in 2002, a woman with a lung cancer. She had a lung cancer, wanted non-invasive treatment. We treated her with our unique approach, focused beam radiosurgery. She was treated in 2002. It's now 12 years out, cancer-free. So here's a back-to-back, 2 patients with 3 cancers, all in remission, all treated by us. Yeah, it's pretty good news. Better than you might expect. And there's an article that was published just this week in New York Times by Nicholas Bakalar that showed abnormal lipid levels are associated with increased risk of recurrence of prostate cancer in those men who have had surgery. So we know there's lots of reasons why men who have surgery have recurrence of their cancer. 1 may be the cancer, and 2 might be the surgery, and now 3 looks like lipids. Well, there's a study of 843 men, and it was reported in Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers, and Prevention, which showed that after 5 years, 263 of the men who had surgery had recurrence, and the recurrences were greater if the cholesterol was higher. For patients with 200 milligrams per deciliter, there was a 9% increased risk of recurrence based on cholesterol. People with triglycerides elevated more than 150 had a 35% increased chance of prostate cancer coming back after surgery. Again, we do not advocate surgery for prostate cancer for the simple reason that we don't see any groups that do better. In fact, every group does worse, with worse quality of life. We believe that most men who have prostate cancer want to avoid radical surgery. They want to have a higher chance of being cancer-free. They want to have their sexual life intact and their urinary life intact, and we believe our program more likely provides men with all 4. So, again, if you have issues about prostate cancer, if you have prostate cancer or are curious, we have a booklet that was just updated and a DVD updated just Friday, and we can be happy to send you those if you give us a call during the work week at 212 Choices, which is our business and our medical hotline. So feel free to call us at 212 Choices during the week for that booklet and that DVD. And I think we have a caller now. We'll see. Sorry, I know the radio doesn't like these calls. It's Dr. Lederman. You're on the radio.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want the radio. I wanted to get a copy of your booklet.
Just call us during the work week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 at the same number, and we'll be happy to mail it to you, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. So, we're going to stop for just a moment. This is Dr. Lederman from Radiosurgery New York, talking about cancer, living better, talking about scientific articles, talking about cases, talking about real people going through real issues, sometimes painful, difficult, life-changing issues. And we try, whenever possible, to help everyone. We take most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. We have something called the Urgent Cancer Consultants, where if you call our office, we promise to see you within 1 business day. We're located within minutes from Grand Central, Penn Station, Port Authority, PATH trains, subways, buses, most subways, buses in New York City. So we're going to stop for just a moment, have a word from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back to take your questions and learn more together.
With Dr. Lederman, the best prostate cancer treatment is custom tailored for you. Each man with prostate cancer is unique and seeks the best results based upon PSA, Gleason score, and stage. That's why Dr. Lederman's custom-tailored prostate cancer treatment is most logical. Not every man should get the same treatment. Dr. Lederman's custom prostate cancer treatment is all outpatient. Our goals are your best results, avoiding radical surgery, maintaining your sexual and urinary function, and your life. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid, accept it. Call Dr. Lederman at 212 Choices. 212 Choices for a fresh second opinion and free booklet DVD. Not only super convenient, super. In Manhattan at 38th and Broadway. Custom tailored treatment to hit the cancer. Call Dr. Lederman, 212 Choices. Cherish your life. Custom prostate cancer treatment with Dr. Lederman. 212 Choices.
WOR New York.
Welcome back to the Radiosurgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Lederman at the WOR studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the radiosurgery